Something surprising is brewing behind the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, and this time it's not about a red carpet dress or a movie premiere. It's about Blake Lively, the actress often praised for her elegance and sharp wit, being publicly called out by a reporter not once, but for a pattern of behavior that seems to be repeating. A new Page 6 interview has reignited discussions about her treatment of the press, and fans are now questioning whether Blake's charm has its limits. Could it be that behind the smiles and curated posts, there's another side the public rarely sees in this video? We'll explore everything: what exactly the reporter said, the specific incident in Page 6, how fans reacted online, and how this story connects to previous interactions with the media. We'll also examine how this affects Blake's image at a time when she's facing mounting pressure both publicly and legally. Because let's face it, when multiple people start pointing out the same behavior, it's no longer just gossip, it's a pattern. Stay with us till the end as we reveal the most shocking moment from the Page 6 interview, and why some believe this could be a turning point in how the media handles A-list stars who are used to having the upper hand. Let's dive in. It started subtly. A Page 6 reporter, known for their nuanced Hollywood coverage, recently shared behind-the-scenes details from an interaction with Blake Lively that felt, in their words, surprisingly cold and unnecessarily dismissive. The interview was supposed to be a casual feature, a light piece celebrating Blake's upcoming business venture and her return to the screen. But according to the reporter, things went sideways rather quickly. What began with small talk allegedly turned tense when the journalist brought up a question about her brand's expansion and its recent public feedback. While celebrities have every right to draw boundaries, and many do, what stood out to the reporter wasn't just the refusal to engage, but the tone and mannerism behind it. Later in the piece, the reporter stated there's a difference between privacy and passive aggression, and this didn't feel like an off day. It felt habitual. That line lit up the internet. Fans, fellow journalists, and social media users started comparing this moment to previous reports where Blake was said to have responded in a similar manner when asked unscripted or unapproved questions. What's more telling, Page 6 is not known for random attacks. For a reporter from such a mainstream outlet to add that level of personal observation signals something deeper. Could it be that Blake's charm, while powerful on screen and online, might not always extend to her real-life interactions? This isn't the first time Blake Lively has faced scrutiny over how she interacts with members of the press. Long before this Page 6 interview, there were murmurs within the entertainment journalism world, whispers about Blake being difficult during interviews, changing topics abruptly, or shutting down questions she didn't personally approve. One former magazine editor recalled an incident from a 2016 press junket, where Blake allegedly walked out of a group interview after someone asked her about social commentary in her film. The question wasn't rude, in fact, it was quite relevant, but she reportedly chose not to respond and asked her publicist to step in. While no formal complaint ever came out, the memory remained with several writers who attended the event. Then there was the 2018 red carpet moment during a fashion awards ceremony where Blake, when asked about her thoughts on sustainability in fashion, replied, "I'm here to have fun, not to give a lecture," before smiling and walking away. Again, nothing extreme or scandalous, but enough to raise eyebrows about how she handles press. This new Page 6 account has revived all of those older stories, creating a timeline of consistent behavior that media professionals are now quietly acknowledging. And while fans often jump to her defense, some are beginning to notice a disconnect between the persona presented on social media and the one described by those working directly with her. Could it be that Blake's polished public image is just that, a polished performance, or is she simply a private person who has grown weary of press intrusion? Either way, the narrative is evolving. Social media didn't stay quiet after the Page 6 comments went viral. On X, formerly Twitter and Instagram, users quickly began dissecting the interview, posting reactions like, "Not surprised. I've heard similar things before. She's always seemed a bit distant in press junkets. Still a fan, but disappointed if this is how she really treats people who are just doing their job." Hashtags like #BlakeLivelyInterview and #HollywoodRealityCheck started gaining traction as fans and media observers debated the line between setting boundaries and being disrespectful. While some defended Blake, calling out the media for fishing for controversy, others pointed out that multiple similar stories over the years can't just be brushed off. Interestingly, even a few entertainment bloggers and mid-level reporters joined the conversation. One tweeted anonymously, "Some celebs make you feel like you're wasting their time. I'll let you guess where Blake stands on that list." What surprised many was the level of agreement in the comments, not in a hateful way, but in a genuinely reflective tone. Many acknowledged that celebrities are human and deserve empathy, but they also noted that respect should be mutual. Some fans even shared personal encounters at meet and greets or events where Blake allegedly seemed checked out or more interested in managing her image than engaging with people. While these are anecdotal, what this entire incident really highlights is the delicate balance between celebrity image and media accountability. Stars like Blake Lively operate within an industry where every word, smile, or silence can shape their public perception. And while they have every right to protect their privacy and mental well-being, there's also a professional responsibility, especially when engaging with the media whose job it is to promote their projects. The Page Six interview didn't expose a crime or a scandal, but it challenged the myth. It raised questions about whether stars sometimes use their influence to avoid hard conversations, even when those conversations are respectful and relevant. It also speaks to the growing trend of celebrities trying to control their own narratives via Instagram, curated interviews, or limited access while shutting down voices that don't align with that narrative. And while that's understandable in today's hypercritical digital world, it also risks alienating the very people who help tell their stories. With this new discussion sparked, industry insiders may become more willing to share what really goes on behind those perfectly lit press tours. And fans, especially those who admire authenticity, might start holding their favorite stars to a higher standard. The recent Page Six interview has added a new layer to how the public perceives Blake Lively, not just as an actress or fashion icon, but as a media personality navigating the pressures of fame. While the comments made by the reporter were not aggressive or accusatory, they were undeniably pointed and honest, suggesting a pattern of dismissive behavior that many in the media world have quietly discussed for years. This incident is not about canceling Blake or painting her in a negative light. Instead, it's a reflection of a growing need for authenticity and respect both from the press and the celebrities they cover. In today's world, where fans crave more than just carefully. For Blake, this is an opportunity to reflect, to reset, and to remind the world that being a powerful woman in Hollywood doesn't mean being emotionally distant. It means leading with strength, but also with empathy. If she chooses to address these concerns with grace and clarity, she can absolutely shape the narrative in a more positive direction. At the end of the day, fame is fleeting, but character always lasts. And in an age of transparency, the way celebrities handle criticism, especially from those simply doing their job, speaks louder than any red carpet appearance or viral post ever could. The ball is now in Blake's court. Will she respond with the same class she's known for, or let the silence do the talking?